This is Adventurer for Life. I'm Joel. This is day 2 of the Overland Experts off-road training course. Today is recovery, and so we're going to talk some about that, and I'm going to just show you the drive in to this facility, just so you get a feel. Now, this is not obviously the rough stuff, but it's about 240 acres, and has, as far as I'm concerned, very good obstacles, very good, off-road, again, obstacles for you to have to deal with, learn to deal with. You saw last week the well, there was a good road right there. I'll just show you, one of the roads if we can see it. Back off over here. But, I mean, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But, there's an example. You've got, it's rutted. It's got some incline to it and whatnot. You got trees lining and whatnot. So, anyway, a lot of trails like that with various levels of incline, various amounts of, not a lot of rock to deal with. Did deal with some rock yesterday, so not a lot of rock, but a lot of ruts, a lot of inclines, a lot of trees, so some of it's narrow. Again, this is just the approach road, so this is not what you should think that most of the training was on. It was on much more narrow stuff than this, and much more incline and decline and whatnot. A pretty piece of property. There's another road there that we used at some point. But the training itself has been very good, and I certainly expect today to be good. The instructors, and I've met 3 of them now. The instructors have got a lot of experience in this kind of thing. One of them worked for the National Park Service for a very long time, and did this kind of thing for the Park Service. So, again, a lot of experience. This is not a commercial for Overland Experts. I'm just telling you what I've observed and learned and experienced. And as far as I'm concerned, it's all been good. Now, we did not do something like that. They have done here in the past side-by-sides. We did do some things like that yesterday. So they have done side-by-side training here before. And supposedly, I was the first Grenadier guy here, but supposedly there are going to be 3 more Grenadiers here at the end of the week. Today's Wednesday, that they're going to do some training with, and again, they do training with the military here, so obviously they got to meet some kinds of requirements to be able to do that. We're coming up on their facility again here. You caught some of this at the end of the day yesterday, but I'm going to show you a little bit more as we pull in here. Again, just trying to give you a feel for what the facility's like and what they got here. We'll see what we do with the rollover cars today, if anything. All right, see you later in the day. All right, so today's video is going to be shorter than I imagined. We ended up not doing any of these rollovers, whatnot. This is for some training that they do with the military guys. What we ended up doing was, there are various posts and trees that we connected the winch on the Grenadier to, and I basically learned all the features of winches. It turns out that the winch on this thing has got more controls and safety measures and whatnot than maybe you or I would like. I mean, again, I understand an OEM has got to make sure that all the safety and security measures are in place, and so there was quite a bit of that. The rope comes out about 50 feet. It's well marked. You have to sync up the controller. Let me go grab the controller back out. You got to sync the controller to the vehicle. So that was one of the first things that we did, so that at least you know, because I heard some stories about the controllers on other winches operating multiple winches. And so they told me here at this training that they actually had some cases where people were they'd have a group of 5 and one person's controller would operate multiple winches. So here's what the controller is. You do have to sync it up. There was a process in the manual to do that, and we did it. It wasn't that difficult, a little bit of a pain to do it. The sequence to get to actually make the winch operate was a little, more complicated than I thought it should have been. Car's got to be in neutral. You obviously have to have the switch for the on the roof panel turned on for the winch, and I'll show you that real quick. It's the 500 amp switch, which is EXT4, which is this one. That one has to be turned on. You turn on the controller power button. There seems to be a sequence to it, although we did it 5 or 6 times, and it was still not exactly sure. We got it to work, but not exactly sure what sequence you need to follow to make it work every time. And of course that kind of may make us sound like we're a little dumb or whatever, but hey, these guys have got tremendous experience, and even they were a little confused about what steps to take, and we had the manual right in front of us. Again, we got it to work. Unfortunately, I failed to video when we were actually on the side of the hill and had the winch extended, so shame on me for that. And I can understand if you're a little aggravated with me for not getting that, but we had this thing on a 20-25 degree incline. It was sideways. We were trying to do a bunch of things at one time, and honestly I was more focused on the vehicle and learning the recovery process than I was on getting this video. So but again, the rope comes out about 50 feet. It worked fine. One thing we did have a problem with is that when we were winching up, you're supposed to be able to take your finger off of the winching button, and it goes up until it stops, and then it just holds the vehicle there. Well, in the case of this vehicle, it started going back down the hill, and so the winch brake wasn't working for some reason. So we checked with the other guys, and they're like, no, it really should have been working. So I'm going to talk to in fact, I'm going to the dealership tomorrow, and I'm going to video some about that. I'll let you know what I find out about accessories and whatnot. But anyway, sorry I don't have action footage from today of the winching and the recovery and all that kind of stuff. But the gear, by the way, I did, I think I mentioned this to you. I've got a bunch of luggage and junk back here, but I did buy the recovery kit, which is that bag right there, and it's got an R on it. I think that's for red winches. And as far as the instructor was concerned, I pretty much had everything I needed to do a basic or even advanced recovery. You've got a tree saver, I think they call it. You got a couple of hard shackles, you got a couple of soft shackles, a couple of straps to be used as tree savers, and a spool is what I'll call it, so that you can hook yourself back up to the winch and get 2-to-1 power and those kinds of things. And so the red winch package that came along with the winch, I think, was something probably worth doing. I've got a few more doodads that I'm going to buy to go with it. But all in all, it was a pretty good day. Okay. Again, sorry, I'll leave you with a nice view out here. Sorry I didn't get any action shots today. And tomorrow, again, I'm going to go to the dealership at Regal in Roswell, Georgia, and get some answers, hopefully get some answers from them on accessory delivery, and a couple of the problems that I've had, mostly electronic, with the vehicle. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.